Josh BookLover tagged me in the opposites book tag. Number 1 is the first book in your collection and the last book you bought. It's hard for me to say what's the first book in my collection because I have a lot of books that I've owned since before I can remember. But Frog and Toad All Year by Arnold Lobel is one of the first books I can ever remember reading. I have owned it forever. Most recently, I bought Castle in the Air and House of Many Ways by Diana Wynne Jones because I found out Howl's Moving Castle had sequels and I had to own them. I haven't read them yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. Number 2 is cheapest book and most expensive book. The cheapest book in my collection that I bought for myself is Tales of Del Toro by Emily Rada. I got it for like 1 cent online with like $4 shipping. The most expensive is The Complete Wreck by Lemony Snicket. This is the entire series of unfortunate events. Each individual book wasn't that expensive, but I dropped $60 at once on one story, so that felt like it counted. Number 3 is male protagonist and female protagonist. My favorite male protagonist would have to be Bertie Wooster from the Jeeves and Wooster books by P.G. Wodehouse. He's just harmless and bumbling and ridiculous, and I adore his adorableness. My favorite female protagonist is Sophie from Howl's Moving Castle by Diana Wynne Jones. I just really related to her. I felt like she was a unique combination of really rude and brash, but also super sweet and a total pushover, and I just really like her. Number 4 is a book I read quickly and a book I took long to read. Variant by Robison Wells I read in one sitting. It's super intense, I couldn't put it down. On the other hand, it took me months to read Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I loved it. It's just a super slow read and I kept actually misplacing my copy and reading other books in between, so it took forever. Number 5 is a pretty cover and an ugly cover. I have a lot of books with pretty covers, so it was hard to choose, but I'm especially partial to my collected works of Jules Verne. I just think the art is really cool, and the pages are all gold, and there's a ribbon. It's a beautiful copy. I hate the cover of The Door on the Wall by Marguerite de Angeli. I love this book, but the artwork makes it look like a dorky comedy. They ruined Brother Luke, who's my favorite character. It frustrates me. I actually really need to get a different copy of this book because I hate this cover with such a fiery, burning passion. Number 6 is a national book and an international book. Samantha, an American Girl, obviously takes place in America, and Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone not only takes place internationally, but also has international acclaim. Number 7 is a thin book and a thick book. Hecate Peg by Audrey Wood, illustrated by Dawn Wood, is an exceptionally thin book. Picture books are funny that way. And I think you could kill someone with this copy of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. It's not even a hardback, but it's got some heft to it. Number 8 is a fiction book and a non-fiction book. Remembering Isaac by Ben Behunin is non-genre fiction. It's just straight fiction with a bit of spiritual aspect to it. And I have the Oxford History of Britain. I've never read it, but I own it. Number 9 is a romance and an action. Emma by Jane Austen is one of my favorite romances. It's been a long time since I've been so emotionally invested in a ship, but Emma Knightley is my OTP. The Candy Shop War by Brandon Mull has great action, mostly because all of their weapons are candy and it's super cool. Number 10 is a book that makes you happy and a book that makes you sad. The Del Toro books by Emily Rada never fail to make me happy. I've read these a zillion times and they just always bring me joy. I'm currently reading Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet by Jamie Ford, which is super sad. I'm actually having a hard time getting through it. It's beautiful, but so sad. That's it for the Opposites Books tag. I am tagging Books Hearts Books, Books and Layla, Reading with Jack, and Quinny and Company. Also, if you're watching this video and you would like to do an Opposites book tag, consider yourself tagged. And once you make it, send it to me because I really enjoy watching these. Thanks for watching and happy reading. Seriously, go away! No one likes you.